How are we all today? How are things? How is the weather? You know, general Wednesday life. How's everything going? How are we all doing? Oh, it's been a morning, I gotta say. Every time I come on, I feel like I'm like, it's been a morning. But it has. We've had Wednesday is bin day, and I've been on school run, and therefore I've been dodging bin men, and also we have had we've got roadworks right down, just literally down the road from me, and it is causing chaos. So, you know, happy Wednesday. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Carol. How are we all doing today? So I'm going to give you all a little moment. Come join me. Let me know what's going on in your world today. How is the weather for you? Is it fantastic? Is it a little bit grey like it is here? It's rainy, miserable, basically. Good morning, Star. How are you today? No notification again from Facebook. Oh, that's a shame. I'll have a word. I'll mention it to Simon, and we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, so we are here. You can see. I've got my coffee, although it's running low and it's getting cold. But you know, it is what it is. Hopefully, you can all hear me okay. Good morning, Jan. Good morning from a drizzly Sudbury. Good morning, Trish. Morning, Laura, and all from a sunny Ireland. Oh, that's where the sun's gone, Trish. It's gone over to you because we've got no sun here. It is grey. It is wet. It is miserable. It is cold. Good morning, Debbie. Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm feeling a lot better. Still got a little bit of the remnants of that cold, but a lot better. I tell you what, that cold really did kind of knock you sick. About 2.5 weeks, I think. I'm still a little bit stuffy, but I'm a lot better. Everyone's coming down with bugs at the moment. There's so much going around. Good morning, Mina. Loud and clear. Oh, that's good. I love this. Morning creative bead. I'm going to show this one. Good morning, creative beadineers. Love that so much. It makes a change. Get another mug of coffee as you need it. I do need it. I'm so sad. Oh well, I'll be all right. I'll survive. It is nasty cold, yeah, definitely. Well, I do have the snoring French bulldog down here, so that's okay. Things are okay. She's with me. Good morning, Joanne. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it really did. Last week, I think, because when I was last on the live, I was coming down with the cold. And then last week, it really hit me last week, and I really felt quite rough. But this week I feel okay. We're all okay. Yeah. Oh, I've got some lovely people coming through. I'm shown in reverse. I can't read the signs behind you. I am in reverse. I'll see if I can work it out. I disappeared then. I did a runner. Let me see if I can. Video. Ooh. How about that? Is that better? There we go. We're the right way around again now. I could stay awake. This is an Aerosmith quote. This one up here is whatever you do, whatever you decide to do, make sure it makes you happy. And then we've just got some of pictures and stuff around me then. We've got this one up here which just says create. Morning or have a stiff drink. Morning medicinal. I do need to do the school run later, otherwise I could be tempted. I do love, and it is medicinal, a good hot, so some whiskey, some honey, and hot water. Oh, that's so good when you're feeling really, really coldy. Good morning. I've only just popped on. Well, I've been here 5 minutes, so definitely I've been here. But that's okay. These things happen. Let's have a little look at what we're doing. Let's turn my phone off. So that it goes nice and silent. Okie dokie. So, ready to see what we're making today? A little bit of wire work today. Morning, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're feeling better, Laura. Oh, thank you. I am a hot toddy. It is a hot toddy, right? 100% love a hot toddy. Obviously for medicinal reasons. Okay, I'm going to show you what we're going to be making today. Absolutely love these kits that we've got today. And the great thing about these kits are that you can make 2 necklaces per kit. And we've got alternate colorways, and of course they are just my suggestions. Did you do you know what? No, I didn't. I think I didn't because I didn't have lemon, but I do have lemons. I got lemons because I do like a hot water, lemon and honey, just as a general like comfort drink. So I have got fresh lemons out in my kitchen. Oh, I'm gonna write it down. I'm going to write this down. I need to write. Go into my pad. I'm going to look at this pad and be like, why have I written hot Coke and lemons? Let me just find a blank page. Right, I'm writing it down. Hot Coke and lemon. So what do? Just warm up the Coke like in the microwave and then just put fresh lemon in with it? I need more information. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what we've got for today. I'm going to switch the cameras because I feel it'll be easy. Look at all of this. So we have, let's move these out of the way. These are what we are working with today. So this is one kit. And a little sneaky extra in there. We've got one kit here. And look, there's enough for you to even make a matching bracelet. Now, I didn't make the matching bracelet with the green, but I had enough to do that. I just didn't. I kind of felt you got the. Used to just spoil the Coke in the old days, but knew it would work. I love that. So I've enough beads left over here to be able to do the a matching bracelet again, and our leftover sort of spacer beads as well. So I had enough to be able to do all of that. So bear with me. You can see that you've got your bracelets here, you've got your beads here, enough to make your bracelet, enough to make your 2 necklaces. So technically you could actually make a bracelet, 2 bracelets and 2 necklaces, and these are full necklaces with this one kit. Now obviously I've chosen to do this colorway, but you could switch them over if you wanted to. Let's go over and have a little look. Yeah, exactly. Make these kind of necklaces for girls 100%. But I kind of feel like, you know, this, I mean, I stopped it at this length. You could make this a long line necklace so that it goes over your head, you know, so that it just goes as a long line chunky necklace. Looks great for sort of higher neck tops as well. You could 100% make earrings if you wanted to, and also you could mix these colors up so you don't have to just move my camera. Come on, camera. There we go. You could actually alternate these colors of the beads. You know, you don't actually have to make it all just one single color. Good morning. I thought you'd just coming up as Facebook user, but good morning. So yeah, leftovers enough to make a bracelet, leftovers enough to make earrings. I mean, this is all one kit. Plus, as I said, I did have leftover. Oh, this is what I've got leftover spacer beads. So this is what I've got, and even a little smidge of wire left. This is one kit. This is one kit, and this is 2 pendants, 2 necklaces, 2 bracelets, leftovers. I mean, I have to say that's a pretty good deal, isn't it? So we're going to go ahead and look at what this deal is right now. So let me get the page ready for you, and let's go and look, because we do have alternate colorways. Of course we do. And these would look fantastic if, I mean, we just kind of went for this combination, but you can obviously multi-buy and mix them up however you want them to go. So let's go over and see where we're at. Now, I will give you a little warning, everybody. I do apologize. Those of you who know, I do have 4 dogs at home. One's snoring over here. The other two are crashed out somewhere in the front room. But then we have our old boy Blue. Blue is blind at the, well, he's gone very, very blind. And he's very, very sort of needy. So if you hear crying in the background, it is Blue. I do apologize. I may have to go and see to him. Just a disclaimer. So share my screen. Come on, there we go. So as you can see here, we have got, if you go to totallybeads.co.uk, and then if you go to so if we go to the home page, and then you can go down to video tutorials, and then here you will see past and current tutorials. So you'll see past projects by the lovely Natalie, and then obviously you've got the lovely designs by Kitty as well, some designs by me. So you've got a lovely mixture here. You've got wire work, you've got chainmail, you've got seed beading, so lots and lots of choices here. But what we're focusing on for today is, of course, the gemstone oval necklace. Now you will get, as always, your tutorial, which is your video tutorial, which you can see here, which is what we're filming now. And then you have 3 colorways with this one. So we went for 3 colorways, but there are 6 potential designs with these 3 colorways. Now, at the moment, as you will see, I'll just get my facts right before I speak. There is 10% off on these necklaces at the moment. And so you can make, as I said, you can see exactly what you can make. So we've got 10% off. Obviously, they're a little bit varied in their price due to the gemstones that have been used. So let's go to, for example, the rhodochrosite and rose. Now, this, I do have these pieces here. You have glass pearls, 6mm rounds, in 2 different colors. They are so pretty, right? Let me show you them here. And I will show you, obviously, in a moment. Now, again, colorway that you choose to go for is completely your choice. And this kit, I really struggled with deciding where I wanted the beads to go, which ones I wanted them to go with, or whether to just mix them together, to be honest with you, because they're so pretty. So you do, of course, have your beautiful little rose quartz cabochon. It's not a cabochon, it is drilled, it's center drilled. Stone, lovely soft pink rose gold colored wire. And then again, you have the rhodochrosite. So just that slightly different shade of pink, which I think is great because, you know, I'm not generally a pink. I don't tend to wear pink because I have a lot of red naturally in my skin, so pink doesn't look great on me. But these shades of pink, I think, are great for anybody of any color, any skin tone of any, you know, whatever your color preference is. These are really great. Morning, Lisa. Excuse me. So you have the lovely rose quartz, and then of course you have the lovely rhodochrosite. And then you have your glass pearl beads, 6mm round. You do get 2 strands. You do get 2 different colors. You will get the lovely kind of white color, and you get the classic white colored, and then you get this. I can't even explain the color of it, but it's this really beautiful metallic-y kind of rose pink. Really pretty. You get some 0.8 wire. You get which is in that lovely soft pink color. You then, of course, get your tiger tail wire to bead your necklace onto. You get your crimps, you get your toggle clasp. You do also get your 3mm round spacer beads in a matching color. So for this pink one, it's actually the rose gold, which is just that softer. Where did it go? She says rose gold. Yeah, it's the rose gold, which is just that softer tone of sort of soft champagne gold color. So that's your colorway that we have for the pink. And as I said, this is $13.50 instead of your $14.99. Then we'll go back and we'll have a little look at the other colorway. Now I have a confession with this one. I do have a confession. When I was making the samples up, I got my wires mixed and I accidentally wrapped one of them in gold. But do you know what? It shows you it in the gold option. So it goes to show how versatile this is. So again, you'll see here, makes 2 necklaces exactly the same. Now this is a silver version, so silver plated. You have these, oh my goodness, these are beautiful. So you have your bloodstone and you have your jasper. So your bloodstone and your jasper beads. So the markings on these are just beautiful. You do, of course, get your 2 different colorway of glass pearls, again in your 6mm rounds, which are a really good, again, a kind of almost like a burgundy aubergine kind of color, and this lovely sort of champagne peach kind of color. You get your silver bead, you get your silver wire. As I said, I do apologize that I have done one in gold just because I just picked up the wrong wire, if I'm honest. That's truthful. But I can redo this one for you in silver. You'll see here, as I said, you've got everything else to go with it. You've got your round beads, you've got your 0.8 wire, you've got your tiger tail, you've got your crimson, you've got your toggle clasp. So the last one, as we've already looked at, is of course the lovely turquoise and black. So we have got the 2 different stones. I'm not quite sure of what this gemstone is. It is an absolutely beautiful kind of matte. I think it's like a jasper, to be honest. It's got beautiful markings on it. It's like a lovely matte texture, and then of course you have your sort of turquoise color here, and then you have your gold. And again, the colors of those gemstones are that kind of, this with the black one is almost black, but it's not quite. It's got like an undertone of like a purpley blue. And then of course you've this lovely tealy green. So as you can tell, we've got lots of various options here. And again, you can see, so I'll stop the sharing now. And again, that one's $10.99 instead of $11.99. And you get so much in here. So you have the potential to make those 2 necklaces. Well, you can make those 2 necklaces, potential to make 2 matching bracelets to go with it. You can mix and match. You can keep it classic. It is completely your choice. So I've got all of them here for you to see in all their glory. So you can see, again, this is what I was talking about. I do apologize that this one is in the gold. It wasn't literally, I was like, yeah, I've done it. And then I looked and I was like, oh, but it's absolutely fine because it goes to show how versatile these kits are and how you can mix and match them up as well. So you've got your gold version, your silver version, your pink and pink and sort of rose gold versions here. So these are your options. Really lovely. And I have a little sneaky one with this one. Is I actually made this particular one double-sided. All the rest are just one-sided. But this one I was like, oh, I'm going to be a rebel and I'm going to go double-sided on this. So, you know, this is a really great, because sometimes you'll get these gemstones and you just don't know which side you want to use. They're both super pretty. So yeah, I really like the gold with the turquoise and the black. I just think it really pops against the color of the gemstone. I think that's what we were going for. We were just trying to pull the colors of the gemstones out as well. I do say as well, these are gemstone ovals, so obviously each one is going to be individual. They're all going to be a bit different. They may or may not look exactly the same as mine, especially with a gemstone like jasper, this one in particular here in the silver. And I love that personally, that you don't know what you're going to get, because you know they all vary. I mean, you're going to get something similar to this, but there may be slight variances. You know, I just look at these markings on this stone. So they're all a little bit different. And I personally love that. And what I love about, good morning, Tracy. Now I'm going to get started now. But what I love about these gemstones, I mean, even this black one here, as I said, it's kind of a matte texture. But look at the back. Look at that detail on the back. What I love about this is that you don't realize that you don't actually affect the actual pattern isn't going to affect the design, you know, the colors, anything like that. It's very universal. So we have, as I said, got these. I am going to demonstrate in the gold and sort of green versions. So I'm going to pop all this back, and if I've got time I may even redo this one in the silver, just because I'm a bit annoyed at myself for doing that. So you'll get your kit, and in this kit, as I said, you'll get your wire. So 2.5 meters of your 0.8 wire. You get your beautiful glass pearls, as you can see here. So can you see what I mean about they're not like a black? It's very difficult to explain them. They're not a black. They're just a really lovely, it's a really lovely color. I can't explain it. You have your lovely green, lovely mid-teal coloured. Just to say, this is what you get. This is what I had left after making 2 necklaces and a bracelet. Doesn't even look like I've touched it, does it? You know, like half the bag. So much potential. And then, of course, you have your 2 stones. So you can see here. And this is what it looks better in gold than silver. I mean, to be fair, I understand what you're saying. Yes, it lends itself to the gold. So, yeah. And this is where, if you mix and match these kits up, you could have this option to do these in different colours. Because this black one here would probably look lovely in the silver as well. So, you know, it's kind of a lot of potential of mixing these up if you wanted to. So sometimes it's nice to have that pop of colour, and sometimes it's nice to just keep it a little bit more neutral. So I love these. I just found a wire coiling gizmo in my stash and been practicing. Will you be doing any tutorials on creating the wire beads with the gizmo? I don't know if my name comes up. It's Lisa. Yeah, I can see it's you, Lisa. Yeah, so I know what you're saying. Well, both Natalie and myself have spoken to Totally Beads. We're going to try and actually get access, see if we can actually get some gizmos for the website. Gizmos, that sounds weird. The coiling gizmos for the website, but it's definitely something we can look at, Lisa. So I will definitely put that forward. They're very, very cool tools. Okay, so I am going to, and again, just to show what I mean about each stone being different. I mean, this one's a lot more sort of mottled. This one's a little bit more sort of going stripes. So it's really just each stone is going to be different, individual. So which one do I go for? The turquoise or the black? What should I go for? I feel like I'm going to go for the turquoise, but I will take a general opinion. So what I do want to start off by doing is I'm going to take this up a little bit so I don't hit it with my hands. Got my beads ready. I've got my wire, and then I've got my gemstones. Turquoise, yeah. I don't even know why I bothered out. I don't even know why I asked that question. So it's very clearly going to be turquoise, isn't it? So I have my turquoise bead here. Someone's going to come in with black one now. Yeah, okay, turquoise. So what I love about something like this is there are so many different ways that you can kind of do the same style, and so it's great fun to I would say just have a bit of fun with this. It's a great sort of I find this great, you know, if you sat again, I always say this, but if you're sat at a stall and you know you want to look like you're being productive and busy and you show that you're creating your pieces, this is a really great one to do because you're doing your work. It's quite simple and not enjoyable for you, and you can do this without actually having to worry too much about making mistakes. So you could chat to customers and things like that. Black for classy. Yeah, Leslie, I get that. Okay, so tools are nice and simple. The only thing I would say that I kind of like to add in are my bell making tools. We do have the 6-step loopers, so I tend to go for the largest ones on these. So that's the only extra tool that I have apart from my standard, you know, cutters, round nose pliers, and of course my chain nose pliers. I don't really use those either. I do also use crimping pliers just for when I actually do the finishing touches. Get the piece back. So when you're actually doing that end pieces, and you may just want a couple of odd little jump rings, which of course you will have most likely in your stash if you're anything like me. Okay, so I've got my stone. Now, they're all pretty much the same sizes, the stones. They're around about, oh, let's measure it. Let's get technical. Oh, about 45 centimeters, 45 centimeters, 4.5 centimeters, 45 millimeters. So about 4x3. A little bit more maybe. So a nice size, okay? The only one that's a little bit smaller is the one that I wrapped in a different colour. It's just a tiny bit smaller than the others. Only a tiny bit. Tried to get them as sort of similar as we could. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my wire and I'm going to just find that little secret bit. I don't want to waste any, so I can try and kind of Where's my straighteners? Straighteners. Hello, I found you. And I also have that where they hide. You know where you are. Okie dokie. So, get that nice and straight. No wire gets wasted here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take about... I am that person that doesn't measure. So, if you look at the me picture, the me camera, I'll probably go for about an arm's length. So, it's probably about a meter of wire. Okay, just under slightly. Probably could... I can measure it for you. It varies a little bit. Good morning, Anne. Let's have a quick look. Let's say 30 centimetres. It's about 60 centimetres or 40 or 24 inches of wire. Okay, approximately. And then what I'm going to do is take my wire. The end of my wire is obviously here, and I want to go about a third of the way down my wire. I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to go to the largest size. I'm just going to roll the slightly shorter side of my wire around twice. Okay, so wrapped around twice. And then just using my thumb then, I was able to just kind of wiggle that to be how it needs to be. All right, and then see, this is my shorter length here. So the wire that's coming towards me is the shorter length. The wire that's going down in the opposite direction is the longer length. And what I want to do, so notice I'm keeping my pliers nice and closed. Gives me a bit of strength and stability on my piece here. And I'm just going to very gently bring that wire around the longer part of the wire. Now you have to be a bit careful. It is a 0.8, so it can sort of move quite quickly. You just want to be a bit controlled. And you notice again, I'm kind of almost pushing it up towards my tool, so it's really nice and close. And then another wrap. Once you've done one, it's pretty easy. It's just controlled movements, I find. When you take that off, you should have just a nice wrapped when it focuses. Come on, camera, wrapped loop. And then you've got your two wraps there. So I'm going to just bring that around all the way around. And that's my wrap. Okay, so now I want to put my stone on. Now, if you do have a pattern, or I mean, obviously they're all patterned, but for example, with the black one, it's got quite distinctive marks on this one. So again, I would take a moment. Do I want this to be my front or my back? Do I want this to be my front or my back? Do I want it to be reversible? So what I'm going to do is look at this. In fact, what I will do is I'll make this a reversible one in a moment, because this is how quick and easy this project is. And again, directional. So do I want that section to be at the bottom or the top? You know, it's little things, but it really does make a difference. And everybody is different in their how they, you know, what they think and their aesthetic. So I might prefer it to be up towards the top, and you might go, no, actually I prefer it to be the bottom. So I might just think, actually I just want that on the back because I really like this side. It's lots of choices. So this one, on the other hand, is a lot less complicated and going straight on. So it's on my right up to that wrap I've just done. So the next thing I want to do now is take in that slightly shorter side. I'm going to gently, and you do need to be gentle, because if you pull this too tight, it can sort of slip over either side of the stone. You want it to sit on the edge of this gemstone. So I'm holding it nice and steady, holding it, make sure it's up nice and close to that wrap. And then I'm going to just, so I've got that there. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just going to wrap around. Now, when you wrap around again, just push it back, make sure it's sitting how you want it to, because you see how easy it is that it moves. Now, this is fine. We expect that. We'll lock it in a moment. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes this might be too long, this piece here. Sometimes it might be perfect. This will be fine to come back up the other side. If it isn't, it's not a problem, because you just take this one and bring it up to the other side. There's lots of sort of fun. There's no panic with this one, but it should be long enough. So I'll be able to now bring this back up, make sure it's nice and smooth. And then bring that up all the way around. So you just, the only trickiest part really is just this section here, making sure it sits how you want it to sit and hugs that stone how you want it to hug that stone. So you can see it's starting to frame it now. Okay, so make sure I'm happy with all that. Place it how I want it to sit. And I'm just going to sit. There we go. A very quick wrap to lock that in at the top. Come on, camera. You're going to play the game with me today. There we go. So you can see that that should be sitting how you want to sit. It's hugging it nicely. Now, you notice I haven't cut that just yet, and there's a reason. I just like to keep my options open, but I think I will actually cut this. Now, if it was a bit longer, I may keep it there because it could have a use. It could come back down a gemstone. So, but for now, there's not really much this can do. So I'm just going to snip that. So I'm going to bring it round one more time, give it a little snip, and then use your pliers just to make sure there's no sharp edges. So just flatten that edge. I don't know if you notice how I'm holding this. I hold it all nice and flat in my hand. Okay. Now, just to say also, as a potential project idea, this also would look lovely as a connector. So you could, of course, do another wrap loop on this side and actually have this as a connector for your gemstones or for your beads. So that's another option. Can you hear Blue? Yeah, he is crying. He has slowly gotten closer and closer. So he started off crying in the front room and he's now edged. Blue, Blue. So he's now edged into... Yeah, you heard Blue. Can I just have a second? Because he will cry for half an hour. Blue, Blue, Blue. Here, Blue, come here. Good boy. Belly down. Belly down. Blue up. Blue, it's okay. It's okay, Blue. Here you go. Blue up. Blue up. Blue up. Cut. Sorry, it's not like that. It's fine. Up, up. It's okay. It's okay. Blue, it's okay. Good boy, Blue. Good boy, lay down. Blue, lay down. That's it. Good boy, Blue. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you for being understanding. He so sorry about that. The other dog, Benny, was sat on his chair. He's got one chair that he feels comfortable in, and Benny was just sat in it. So I have to move Benny to let Blue sit in. So sorry, thank you. Now we're here. We still need to stabilize this a little bit. Now, as I said, you could do a wrap loop here. Benny's just coming in a strop. Oh, Benjamin. So I could just do that wrap loop and have it as a connector. But what I'm going to do is my finger, you see, I'm just swirl that wire. Now this is decorative. It's not essential, but I just personally like it. I like the visual of it. So I'm just going to kind of straighten that out a little bit. Oh, thank you. I think it would have been better rather than letting you hear him cry for half an hour. So I'm just going, bear with me. Right, so you can see now you can make this little swirl however big you want it to be. I quite like to have a little bit of a decorative swirl. And also, little side note, you can make a little tassel with this. So with those gemstones that we had left, those round glass pearls, oh, thank you, Leslie. Yeah, we've got to, haven't we? You could add a little tassel here with gemstones. So I'm going to now, this has brought my wire where I want it to go. So it's brought it towards the front of my gemstone. Thumb in place, and I'm just going to curve just gently back and forth. And that's all there is to it. Okay. And then wrap it around that top. Now you could keep it like that. Simple, nice and easy. I just like to show people how you can take things as far as you want to, really. So, you know, I really love that as a lovely, classic, simple design. You could, at this point, if you wanted to go in that reverse option, is bring that wire back down the back and have it reversible, you know, but that could just be as it is. So I'm now going to bring my wire. I want it to come back down and go around again. So I'm just gently encouraging that down. Now I'm going to do a little swirl to cover this, so don't worry. So mirroring the curves I've already made. Also, I'm that person that thinks and thinks. If you did this and thought, you know, I don't like that, just bring it back up to here and go back to your original design. It's wire, it can be stopped at any point. So bringing it back down to here. And then again, I'm just going to kind of bring it behind this swirl. Now, you can keep it tidy if you wanted to and kind of go underneath, but I just like to just embellish this and bring it with another little swirl. Now, remember the direction that your wire is going in. So can you see that swirl I've done is now going to bring that wire in the wrong direction? So I'm actually going to kind of unswirl it, which is the beauty of the 0.8. And then I'm going to just kind of swirl it in the direction that will bring that wire back for me. So I've just undone that. When I say swirl, thumb over that little spiral and I'm just bringing that wire around. What that does is, see how that's just come undone? That's absolutely fine. It will lock in. It will lock in when we do this next stage anyway. It's just giving that little swirl. I feel it just adds a bit more detail and it looks a little bit more blended rather than a sharp line. Okay. And then I can just mirror again this line here all the way up to the top. Okay. And then I'm here. And there we have our sort of 3 waves. I like things in odd numbers. So for me, 3 is a nice look. And I just think that looks really pretty. And then you've got choices now. So I have enough wire here. I got 3 choices basically. One is I cut it and just keep it simple. But I quite like to make this look pretty and equal. So the other one is I could cut the wire here and roll it into a spiral. But I personally, sorry, just having a, I personally am going to just do a swirl, what I kind of call like an inverted spiral. And I'll explain why I'm going to do that as well. If I was to cut this wire and spiral it, there's a big risk of it catching, you know, and lifting up. We don't want that. We want it to be secure. So you can see that I've got it nice and it's all locked in. It's how I want it to be. I have enough wire here to do this. There's probably a couple of inches here and I know I've enough. So what I'm going to do is put my thumb. Now I'm going to put my thumb over this section here, same way we did these swirls. And I'm just going to bend that wire. And I'm going to just very gently, and there's my first little loop. Okay, oops, that bit's come undone. So that's cool. That's made me realize, okay, that needs a little bit of, so where that's happened, and that's good that happened. See how it came undone? So I've got that little bit of wire there. So what I'm going to do is just pinch that back a bit. And what I'll do is I am going to do another one. And in that other one, I'll show you how to make sure that that doesn't happen. sometimes these things happen, and that's great. And it's actually good it happened on this, because it shows you how, okay, that happened, I'm not going to panic, I'm just going to fix it. It's fine, it's no big deal. So where that's happened there, I'm actually just going to take my pliers, hold everything flat, and I just twist little Z into that wire. And now that's not going anywhere. That's locked. So it's great that you have a chance to see that it happens. Even, you know, it happened to me, it happens to everybody. So I'm then going to roll this here and then continue again. So I've got that nice spiral, thumb over, and then I'm sort of just rotating this around. Now, if you had enough wire, you might have wanted to have done, you see what I mean about there's lots of potential to how you can kind of create this decoration. And then I'm going to just bring it up to here. Now, every spiral that you do as well will present differently. Sometimes the wire is at the top, sometimes it's at the bottom. I'm going to bring this to the top, that's fine. And I'm going to just wrap it around and then snip. I'm kind of snipping it halfway to the side, just here, so that I can very gently bring that together. And there you have your finished pendant. So that is how fun and easy this can be. So to all the ladies in the chat, what kind of light do you have in your craft room making jewellery? Good question. I'm not in the chat, but I'm going to answer anyway. I have 2 fluorescent lights above me because I need good light in my studio. And that was my one thing when I had my studio done. I was like, I need good light. But I also have 1,000 different other light sources, from little desk lamps, like little sort of lamps that, you know, I've got a magnifying lamp with the light built in, like a little ring light built into it. Hobbycraft do some great sort of lights, and so do Amazon. So there you go. Barbara, I don't often get a chance to watch a live, but since the time change here in the US, I've got a chance today. Yay! I've taken many wire wrapping classes, never really got it until now. Oh, Barbara, thank you. I often think sometimes just start off with simple and easy. You know, and the thing with wire work is a lot of it is the same. It will all often start the same, and then it's just how you evolve it. So let's say we were doing this. Now, the great thing about this, using that larger bail, is you can just thread your beads straight on. So when it comes to making the necklace itself, how you choose to do it is your choice. I personally just chose to use my tiger tail and just literally I just alternated every bead with a spacer bead all the way along. I started it with a wrap loop and a crimp cover, and then just beaded. And that's all I did all the way down. Now, what I did do with the bell, you can see here, is I opened it out so it actually sits either side of one of those beads. And to do that is simply a case of, see how we've got the here, just open it with your fingers and it will sit nicely around one of those beads. They look lovely. I'll have to rewatch them. I'm babysitting my granddaughter and noisy toys. Although she has been looking up to see the beads and wrapping. I think in a few years I will have a jewelry making mate. Oh, I love that, Joanne. Most definitely. Encourage them while they're young, for definite. But yeah, you can see how easy that is. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do the beaded necklace, just because I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And of course, that's something that for me, I would be thinking, oh, okay, you know, we've got these 2 lovely colors. We could alternate these. Could do it in, or you could have it in colored sections, and then you can have your pendant on it. And again, let's put this with this one. And let's mix these colors up, because they don't have to be that way. But they were kind of chosen with that intention, but everybody's different. So you've got that, again, is that lovely classic look with those gold spacer beads in the middle. Now, just remember that this kit, to make 2 of these necklaces, so this kit in itself, to make, ooh, come back, you. Yeah, spaces all over my desk. To make your 2 pendants and fully beaded necklace, And 2 of these bracelets with the leftovers. I only made 1, but you can make 2 because I'd make the same again with the green, or a pair of earrings, or do you know what I mean? There's just so much. Oh yeah, Lisa, that would be lovely. Yeah, let us see. I'd love to see what you've I know what you're saying with the gizmo beads. It's kind of like you make them into like a you coil them and you coil them, don't you? So yeah, this is your 1 kit. So this 1 kit plus your leftovers. I had these beads left over. I had some wire left over. Oh, also, I have to say, I think, do you remember I accidentally made another one? So there's lots of wire. And again, your beads. So that's your kit for $10.99. I am going to very quickly show you how to make a reversible one with the black now. So again, I'm going to take probably about that sort of what did I say, about half of a meter, about 60, what did I say it was, 60 centimeters, 24 inches. So I'm going to move all this out of the way. We're going to go a little bit quicker with this one because I just want to show you it nice and quickly how you can do this. Here's my stone. So this one's going to be reversible. So this one I'm going to make reversible, and I feel drawn to having this at the bottom personally. So again, now I am doing this super fast. So if you are catching up now, don't worry. I have done a slower version of this, but I want to show you in real time how quick and easy these can be to make. So I'm going to come about 1/3 of the way down, and you'll see what I mean about this being a great project to be working on whilst you're chatting to somebody on the craft market. You know, if you're doing a craft fair, you can chat and do this. It's going to be nice and easy. So wrapping it around twice, keeping it in those pliers like a little vice. Wrap around once, wrap around twice, and take that off. Now, one thing I'll say is can you see how here my wire is kind of going across and my bail is flat? I do want my bail to be, facing towards me and my wire going across. That's the only thing. So let's pop on my bead. Remember, I want this little section on this particular bead to be at the bottom, so I'm bearing that in mind. All the way across. Push it up nice and close so you get a nice tight wrap. Now, each bead, as I said, is going to be a little bit different, so it's quite nice that I can show you this on a different bead or gemstone, because these are gemstones. Wrap it around once. Now, one thing you notice is I'm not pulling this really tight. Leslie, oh, that's a beautiful stone. I'm going to try this. I've been intimidated to try wire wrapping. Please don't. It's so much fun. The only thing I'd say is don't rush it. Take your time. And if something goes wrong, it goes wrong. It's fixable. It went wrong for me. I fixed it. Remember, you know, that wire didn't hug properly, so it came undone. So a little twist of that wire, that's locked nicely in place now. So there's always options. So you can see we've gone around. Now, again, that wrap isn't super tight because I don't want to distort my wires. I'm then going to, I think I've got too much wire on here. Then going to bring this other side. So I'm just turning this around in my hand and I'm just framing the other side. And I'm going to wrap. Okay. So I'm going to probably wrap that and cut that, I think. And then we have that. Make sure there's no sharp edges. And again, I will always say, your quick time. Also, Kitty's and Natalie's is usually about 3 times faster than us. I love that. It's true. Get to a point where you're kind of doing this in your sleep, you know. Okay. I mean, again, how lovely is that? So I'm going to make this one reversible. So to do that, I'm going to just kind of start with that little swirl. Now, I might keep it. Now I'm going to see, I'm just holding it with my hand. Now, if you feel, oh, that's a bit sort of open, come in with your pliers and just sort of gently. See, I'm just gently pushing. I'm not making lots of heavy movements. Now I'm going to come up once and I'm just using my thumb and across. Okay, so that's side one. I'm now going to come around the other side. So I want to do this reversible. So if I want this to now be reversible, I do just have to be a little bit different. I'm going to kind of feed my wire through the gap. Can you see that little gap there? Straight through. Tuck it into place. Now, obviously, everything, if you're going to make something reversible, everything you do on one side reflects on the other. So on that other side, I'm going to just do a little swirl now because it's in the right place. I do this every time. Now, this is something you'll find. You'll have a natural direction. My natural direction is to turn it towards me. It doesn't always work with the direction I want that wire to be. So don't sometimes have a moment and quickly, so have that moment because I want this to go in the right direction. So I'm going to switch it. There we go. Now it's in that right direction for me. I can push that down so it sits a little bit further down. And then I'm going to mirror. Okay. One thing I will say is that we won't be doing the swirls at the top because obviously you can kind of see them either side. So I would say that we try and keep this, when you're wrapping the top, nice and tidy. Okay, and then again, we're in that right direction. Just, oh, you could do a little swirl. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day. You do a little swirl to bring that down to there. It's just so that when it's from that side, it looks one side, and from that side, it looks the other. Does that make sense? So you can see the back of that swirl. So I'm going to need to match that up. So coming down and down to here. I'm at the bottom again. So now what I can do now is bring this. So again, exactly the same gap I'm going through. Bringing that around. And what I can do is kind of just find a little gap to bring that back towards the front for me. To the other side, because this is double-sided. Now you can see how I'm just, when I'm doing this with the wire, I'm actually holding it flat either side of the stone, because what I'm doing is stopping these sections from moving. I've frozen. Hello? Am I unfrozen now? Am I still frozen? Am I frozen? Hopefully it's still playing. And what I'm going to do on this part is just do another little spiral, remembering that I want to go in that right direction every time. Let me know if I've unfrozen or if I'm still frozen for anybody, please. That would be amazing. Who else has? I now have Madonna's Frozen song in my head. And then one more time, just to kind of bring these two sections here together. You can use your pliers. Just reposition them. I'm fine on YouTube. All okay. Cool. Long as I'm okay. Brilliant. So I'm just doing a little bit more of a swirl here to tie these two sections together. And then I'm going to just do that final splash. And again, I can now bring this possibly even into another little swirl before I go around. And that's my one side. And so what I would like to do is just kind of pinch these two together so that they're looking like one. So using my pliers just to pinch those together so that you have that sort of double-sided. And then on this last side here, just because I want it to sort of have a nice finish, I'm going to just double swirl just to kind of mirror what's happened on this side up here. And that brings my wire perfectly down for me. Just if you need to adjust the size of the loops, you can come in a little bit, round those pliers or chain those. both work lovely. Reposition that how you want that to sit, and then just swirl. And then I'm just going to find that way to blend this in. And what this is a great opportunity now to if you want to do any extra additional details. So I can just do another little spiral here, little spiral here, and now I just want to get rid of this so it's all nice and finished. I'm back. Okay, brilliant. And then I just want to kind of just this little end of wire, I just want to seamlessly as I can bring it around. And then I can just snip. Nice, and so that's the end here. So it's come through from that spiral over to this side. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers, she says, but she's pretty sure she left them in the front room. Because, you know, how dare I remember to bring them in here when I'm doing a live? Why would I need them? Tiny details. Let's use you instead. And I just want to bring that into that little tiny spiral just in that little loop here. So that's literally just been done there. And now you can use nylon pliers if you have some, and just give that a little flatten. And then, so you see how that's distorted there? Don't panic. That's because I was rushing a little bit towards the end, but it's very easy as long as I take my time to replace that where it's meant to go. And there you have your reversible pendant, which can be done in either way. So you've got that lovely reversible option as well as your single option. You know, I would say start off with a single. Oopsie. Start off with the single here. And then just have a little bit of fun and just see what you can do. Have a little bit of fun, play about with it. Don't panic, I think, is the key for something like this. It really, don't panic. It's wire at the end of the day. You know, and if you go ahead and do something and you think, actually, I didn't want to do that. I want it to just be a single-sided. You can undo it, you know. Check each step as you go along. That's my top tip. Check each step as you go in. Do I like that? Don't I like it? And the other thing I would always say is, let's say I've got my wire here and I've got onto here and I've placed it and I thought, you know what, I will often place it. Do I like that or not? Yeah, no, I'm going to try it. Let's have a little try. Place it on. Let's pretend that we've got this attached. Do I like that? Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go ahead. Do I like it with, you know, have a moment, plan it and see how you get on. I will very quickly just reiterate for you what these kits are, where you can get them from. If you remember, we've got lots of lovely offers on. Let's very quickly run back over to the page for you to see. So the kit that we've just been demoing with, as you can see, is the kit here. And this is your 2 gemstones, your 2 strands of beads, your spacer beads, your tiger tail, your crimps, and your clasp, and that is for $10.99. And on your wire, and that will make you 2 necklaces, 2 bracelets, and anything else you want to. Really, there's so much potential with this. So $10.99 for the sort of the green colorway. You then have the pink colorway with the rhodochrosite and the rose quartz, again corresponding. Again, you can match these colors up however you want them to be, mix them up if you want to, and of course your bloodstone and jasper gemstone and combination here. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. I'd love to see what you get. If you've gotten the kits, let me know. Let me see your makes. Tag me in it. I'd love to see what you'll get up to. I am Laura Binding on Facebook. So I always love to see what you'll get up to. Any questions, ask. It's not a problem. I'm always happy to help if I can. I really hope you have a go at doing this. And yeah, look, the sun is starting to come out. Amazing. Okay, I will say goodbye to everybody. I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you again for your company, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a lovely rest of your week, everybody.